I'm your fundraising and grants expert host, Michelle Rollins, and you are on My King Biz Media, heard on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM. Today I'm joined by Woodpeckers Plaques and Crafts, a local veteran-owned business here in Hopewell, Virginia, or Prince George, Virginia, Tri-Cities area. Welcome, Alexander. How are you today?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good. So introduce yourself to our audience and your lovely wife.
All right. So my name is Alexander Olivieri-Rodriguez. I am the owner of Woodpecker Plaques and Crafts. And next to me is...
My name is Sarah Olivieri.
Such a beautiful name, both of you.
And she's my project designer, my wife, my right hand. You know, she's my go-to person.
Yes, so you and I chatted a while back. You were a veteran. We were both on one of the military pages, and your business caught my eye. You are serving our veterans, our military at Fort Gregg Adams, with your services that you're providing. So today we have many different things that you brought that you are working on and that you've provided to bring quality items to your customers. So please share with the audience a little bit of what you do, the details.
All right, so Woodpeckers Plaques and Craft is a award/embroidery shop. So we do everything from embroidering hats, shirts, jackets, bags. We can also do vinyl, so the press-on like you see in those little shops in the mall. We can do that. We can do those as well. We can do also stickers to put in as decals in your vehicles. And then we can also engrave in trophies, plaques. As you can see, some of the demonstration right here. This trophy was one of those presented during the latest event in Hopewell, the Rivers and Roads. It was a fishing tournament that they were giving out up to like $10,000 in prizes. And we were one of the sponsors for that event. And I had the opportunity to make the trophies that they got presented to the winners.
Well, it's a beautiful trophy. I mean, you have the detail up here. I mean, the fish has tons of detail with its little, gills and just its fins. And then the blue really shines and it's just kind of has a shimmer to it. So you did a fabulous job.
Thank you.
How many trophies did you give in this particular event you sponsored?
So it was a teams of two. And then they were giving the trophies to the first and second, third place. And then also to the biggest catch of the day.
Oh, wonderful. That's awesome.
So we made a total of 8 trophies for them.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And then, go ahead.
And I was going to say, sorry about that.
No, you're
good. As part of me being the sponsor, I actually donated it to them.
That's what I was going to ask.
First event.
Yeah. Do you sponsor many different events or are you selective?
I'm selective. I see, because it's not that just putting my name out there for every single thing. I try to look for stuff that aligns with my, I wouldn't say morals, more like values. Like if this an event that's helping the community, in many other ways, it's not just for somebody who's trying to make money out of everybody. Then yes, I'll help. Because I'm always involved with the community. I always like helping. I'm always volunteering to do stuff around. So, if it's an event that's going to help the community, yes, I don't mind, sponsoring and donating some of my time or talents.
So you are purpose-driven. You are in line with who you choose to sponsor different organizations or events.
Yes.
And also you give back to the community, not necessarily all to veterans, but you're giving back. And you want to be authentic because you mentioned the mall. You're, going to the mall and getting something done. It's similar, but the difference is you are a local business. I love my local business owners, especially veterans. I'm a veteran, so it's only fitting. And I can tell by the things that you brought today that you have quality. You have your shirt that has your name. Both of you, yes. And I love how you paid attention to the detail. I mean, look at you're wearing the red, she's wearing the white. You complement each other, and it's great because even with your logo, it just really sticks out to me with everything to the font. Yeah. And I can tell that you take quality in your work. You pay attention to that extra detail.
At the end of the day, when you're doing this kind of work, you want to do it the same way that you expect somebody to do it for you.
Yes.
Because you go into the store and you're not going to grab the crappiest, item that you can find. You're always
Right.
going to pick which one looks the best.
Yes.
So if I'm going to give a customer comes to me with their logo, like, hey, I need a polo, for my business.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes, we do all the different things that needs to be done, the digitizing, transferring from a picture to an embroidery file. And then before we even run it into an actual item, we actually run practices,
Nice.
because we want to make sure that we have the right thread colors. We make sure the stitching is correct, because sometimes it might be a little bit off.
Right.
And then you might not be see it, but me as a embroiderer, and my
I
wife
love
can
hearing
attest
that.
to that.
Yes. I love
We
that.
can see it, and we be our own worst critique, but we're gonna make sure that it is quality, because
Yes.
at the end of the day, when you're wearing that item that I produce,
That's
people are gonna
reflection of
see
you.
it, and they're gonna be either, oh my gosh, that's a really nice item,
Right.
or like, who robbed your money? Who robbed you?
I love that, because I've worked with different businesses that have done similar things that you have, and to take the extra time to do a practice run and to see that, is there something that we need to change? Is there something off? That matters a lot, because they're walking, you're like a designer, they're walking in your item that you've produced for them.
Yes.
And it may be in a mass quality and not just one person. So it really does matter, because you don't want to wear something that might be spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Or
It's-
something might be off on the font and one letter's huge compared to the others. And better yet, especially looking from the military aspect, that logos matter, because units have an assigned mascot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get any of that detail wrong, it
Yeah.
reflects poorly on not only the folks wearing it in the unit, but the leadership team that oversaw that project with the folks they
Yeah.
worked with.
And-
So you're going and you're taking that extra time.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that is instilled into every single person in the military is attention to detail. Attention to detail.
Yes.
And it's not just that I've still got that military mindset, but it's just that it's something nice.
Yes.
It is your work is gonna be your word of mouth, and these people are gonna recommend you, to the next person,
Yeah.
to the next person, and that's how you attract more business. It's like, now this person's legit, they're gonna do it right by you, and they're gonna take care of you. So use this.
And you being you haven't been out that long, and you can tell that the military teaches you about detail.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
I still live that way. My husband's still in, and that's what we do all the time. And that's just part of what you learn. And they kind of they kind of tell you.
Yeah.
And you learn to do that. And honestly, it's almost like setting us up for success in our businesses or in our career when we leave the military and transition, because we're able to take those skills and even go higher and we're more
Yes.
successful with it. I mean, looking at some of the things that you have here, can you tell me a little bit about the patches here and describe them, since a lot of our audience, some of them might see you online and on social media later, and then some of them might only hear you, so you got to describe them. for me.
Gotcha. So the big one right here, it is an officer from the Colonial Heights Police Department came to us, and they say, is there a way that you can create a patch for us that can not just resembles a patch, but also can be commemorative? That's the word. Commemorative.
Yes.
Yes. My English sometimes,
No, you're good.
slips in there, but commemorative, to different, events. We want to show support. So in this case, the example I have here is for the breast cancer awareness. I also made one for sickle cell.
Oh, nice.
And the officer's wife, she's a patient sickle cell, so he wanted to make sure that it shows support of that. We also did one that was completely for the puzzle pieces for autism.
Oh, wonderful.
And they came out amazing, and the police department loved it,
Yes.
So and those are stuff that they wanted to do for those special events. That way they can wear and show the people that they're not just there to just
Yes.
provide support. They're there to also support the family.
Do you do the decals for the vehicles too? Because you mentioned you do vinyl, but I didn't know if that included.
Well,
that.
those big decals like that, I have yet to got into that space yet.
Okay, okay.
That those machineries are quite big, and
Right.
my current facilities don't support that.
Right. No, well, when you did this wonderful, beautiful police patch for the City of Colonial Heights Police Department, I was thinking I'm more familiar with some of the other local police departments, and they do one not only for the patch, but they're for their vehicles.
Yes.
And this is really beautiful. So that's why I had to ask that question to make sure I didn't miss that. So, but this is really beautiful. And I hope other police departments out here see this wonderful patch. It is beautiful. It really does stick out. And I know with the police departments, just like the military, they go in different. Unfortunately, with the police department, they're not always Velcroed. Like,
it's sewn on.
Yes,
yeah,
they haven't changed that. But can you tell me a little bit about these other two patches?
So this little one right here is for the Made in Hopewell event. We were actually part of that event. It was the first event that magnitude that Hopewell created, and what they were trying to do is they're trying to show the local community what the big industries within the city of Hopewell do, and what they actually do for the community as well. And what type of businesses they bring, how they help the economy for the local cities. And so the first portion of the event, it was nothing but them introducing themselves, to the local community. And then the second part was actual for the smaller businesses, and they have the very nice big setup in the Beacon Theater.
Oh, yes, yes. That's a beautiful theater.
And yes. So in the second floor, they have a nice setup where all the smaller businesses set up there. And we have our displays. And what we were doing is then the people from those big factories, they will come and then walk by the tables, and then we will try to introduce ourselves, tell us about what we do, and how can we impact the community as well, even though we're not impacting the community, we're providing $5 billion, but
But you are. Local matters a lot in the Tri-Cities.
But at the end of the day, you have a factory, that is providing jobs for 5,000-6,000 people, for example. Those people are still gonna need a place where to eat, a place to relax. They're gonna need a place where to get their uniforms. They're still gonna need all the stuff that's only being provided by the local businesses.
Yes.
So they came, they walked by our tables, and then we were lucky enough, that we actually won the first prize, within our category.
That's great, and congratulations on that. I've seen some of your posts, and I cannot say enough that you do stick out over the crowd with all the other competitors I've seen out there.
Oh,
and it's just, that's one of the reasons I wanted to connect with you and why we've been connecting for a while, because you do stand out and you are a veteran. You're supporting your communities. You're passionate about the Hopewell, Prince George. I want to say Colonial Heights too, and pretty much a Tri-City area. Petersburg, yes. And, there's probably more police, law enforcement areas that need folks that have that eye, that special eye that can pay attention to detail to create such a just unique patch that really kind of gives that extra touch to their police department, or military units out there that are looking for somebody to create an awesome shirt that has their awesome mascot logo for, usually about 200 service members that are in a unit looking for something awesome like that are going to take that second time to go around to take a look and take a check of, making sure that every box is checked. And then just the awards. I mean, you came in here fully prepared, and I love it. I don't see this too often, and you went above and beyond. And to me, that speaks volumes of excellence. Again, military veterans, it just kind of comes out.
Oh, trust me, I wish I could bring more, like I wouldn't be here with a hand truck, pulling stuff outside. I got to control myself. It's a limited space.
Yes. I wish we had more time. But what I would like you to do, to take this a few moments to tell folks how they can find you, and give me a special moment this year that really just spoke volumes to your business.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and also our website, www.woodpeckers is 2 woodpeckers and then 1 craft. So woodpeckerscraft.com, and you can see all of our products in there. Every day we're adding more products as people request it, and then one of the biggest things this year I would say it's when I was honored to make a big display for the Quartermaster Museum. I can legit say I have a product of mine in a museum. You know?
And that museum, if you don't know, guys, is a very big, just amazing museum on Fort Gregg, Adams, Virginia, formerly Fort Lee. I mean, there's constant formal events there.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting awards. I have friends that have gotten awards there, retired brigadier generals that have gotten awards there. They're part of that Hall of Fame. And the fact that you have work there,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yes.
Because that means you are going to historically have work there forever,
Yes,
which
forever.
is great.
Yeah.
That's a great legacy.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
what I was
doesn't
telling
go
my
anywhere.
kids. I was like, your dad now has work in the museum, you know.
So you mentioned where they can find you, and moving forward to 2025, what kind of, if you could tell the audience out there some of the things, maybe give them a preview of what you'll be up to.
So right now we're in the process of trying to buy the store that we're going to be moving into. So by doing that, it will give us so much more options, because right now we've run our 600 square feet, shop, and the one that we're currently looking at is about 5,000 square feet.
Oh, wow.
So, we're going 5-6 times more than what we currently have, which it will allow us to then hire more people. We're looking to at least hire between 4 to 5 more people.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Obviously, we're trying to focus also on trying to hire veterans and their family members,
Mm-hmm.
because we cannot keep them out of the picture,
Absolutely.
Soldiers are constantly moving, and spouses are currently, my wife is a prime example. She has a music degree, she had a job lined up, and as soon as she graduated college, guess what? I came in order to go to Germany.
Yeah, I totally get it. So, yes.
So I want to be able to still provide that.
Yes.
And then by having the shop, one of the big things that we always do, we also help other people who try to get into the business. We have people who, out of the blue, bought an embroidery machine thinking it was going to be a plug and play. And then now they don't know what to do. And the first thing they do is call me, like, hey, do you mind helping me? I was like, sure, come by the shop.
Yeah.
It's like, how much I gotta pay? I was like, nothing. I'll teach you.
So you're not only a business owner and veteran, but in a community change maker, but you are always also a mentor.
Of
and
course.
You're teaching other entrepreneurs, and especially folks that are in the same field as you, to improve their business skills, and maybe just the skill, moving forward, if they just want to learn more about that particular skill. So unfortunately our time has come to an end, but always end with, if you can think of one word that describes your business, what would it be?
Woo. That's a good one.
Really
That's an interesting.
May I add one? With
sure.
you, excellence.
Oh.
I think you've definitely taken the detail further to being excellent. And the military says a lot. I see that a lot, and I know you've seen it, and I think that's where you are. But you go with your word now.
I would say energetic.
Well, you came in ready to go. Like you were getting ready to be in a sports game, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
we're ready to tackle anything. Any project that anybody want to bring it to us, we'll let you know right on the spot if that's something we can do or not. And if we can do it, trust me, we're going to put all of our energy into it.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you both for coming today and being my guest on the show here in the Mike King Biz studio.
Thank you for the
ESPN
invite.
Richmond, yes. And I would love to have you guys back. So happy Thanksgiving. Take care. Check me out next time.